begin to settle into what it is that is you, that is deeper than the movements of your thoughts, deeper than the movements of your emotions, deeper than the changing of sensation. What's prior to your history. Feel the breath as it's arriving from the mystery and returning to the mystery. Let your awareness take in all that's here on the surface of life, everything that's around you in form, appreciating the gift of this world of form that we get to participate in and live so close to. But then also asking, and what else is here? What is it that the form is arising out of? So there's this physical body that we recognize as being our own. And then there's the mystery of this physical body as well. There's what our mind sort of puts together from what it's heard, what we've experienced, what we've read about the science of the physical form. And then there's something else, which is that it is here in this moment, containing a living presence that has consciousness, that is a total mystery that can never be known completely, never be totally understood. And that's what we're settling into. What is it that's here that is revealing itself when I allow myself to enter the mystery of it? It's in this exploration that we can perhaps begin to feel the aliveness, the aspect of our body that's in a constant movement, a constant process of change. That we feel as sensation or through sensation. But our subtle senses can begin to allow us to become absorbed into this body, into this living vehicle that is more than just the physical part. It's present, has a presence. And if we let go of our definitions of who and what we take ourselves to be, and enter this living presence in a very simple way, what we're really encountering is what it is that we call God, or the divine, the beloved. Revealing itself in this very beautiful creation, in just this way, in this time, in this moment. So when the complexities of life can become overwhelming, can sort of take over the landscape of our awareness, we can return to this very simple experience of God manifesting right here as this being in this moment as you. And as such, it's made of essence, has within it all of the qualities of essence that make us a complete human being. And we can feel which of these qualities is arising in this moment. Is it curiosity? Is it compassion? Sweetness? Is it strength? Is it emptiness? What's the quality that's arising in your awareness as this mystery? That makes itself known as your presence. Rising as form in the midst of all of the forms that are around you. All arising as the beloved in this very particular way, in this very particular moment. Nothing that we need to look for or find, because it's always here. Nothing to cultivate, but there's an opportunity to be with yourself in a very intimate and simple way. Not reaching for enlightenment or awakening, but recognizing that what we've always been after, longing for is in this very simple, intimate connectedness with ourself, with the beloved, as this self. So like all moments of true connectedness, this moment arises by grace, as grace. And who we truly are in this presence, the essence that is what makes this presence what it is, permeates everything. Even while there are conditions on the surface of life that may feel contrary to this nature, this very simple, intimate, connected presence of the divine that is sitting here as you, a mystery revealing itself, is permeating all life, all form, all time. So there are parts of life that have a relative reality that come and go. And there's this deeper reality, which is an ultimate reality that never changes, never leaves. When we have those moments where everything seems to come together and we feel whole, this is what we're encountering in ourselves. We're touching the ultimate reality that is indestructible, that is completely free, completely well, eternally living as itself. So our mind doesn't need to figure it out or define it. It can simply turn towards it with the wonder of its mystery. And for these moments to rest in what it is that's aware of this presence. To rest in awareness itself. Allowing the peacefulness to not only permeate your own being, but to begin to extend into that same peacefulness that's in Pachamama, our Mother Earth. We don't create peace. We open to the peacefulness that's always present, one of the dimensions of ourself, so that we can land, so that we can be in a state of awareness that allows our soul to rest, to restore itself, to make contact with and through our physicalness. So as this peacefulness extends into Pachamama, her body makes contact with it as our awareness opens to our greater body. We offer a sense of gratitude. We greet her, ask permission to share with her in this way, to be with her in this way, to both give and receive. So the density of the body of Pachamama is such that what we unknowingly draw into our own bodies that we might call heavy energy is actually food for Pachamama. So we offer it. We open. Allowing whatever isn't resonant with our essential nature to simply be drawn down into the earth, to be received as food. And in return, we are replenished with the refined energy of nature. So it's not so much about letting go as it is offering what needs to be transformed into the greater body. Of this being. Feeling your own breath harmonizing with the breathing of the trees, the plants, the creatures, the waters. Opening to that stream of life that we're all a part of, harmonizing with the creative flow that we're a part of. And not needing to work at it, but simply becoming aware of a greater movement flowing from the mystery through us, as everything, as this moment. that when we let go of our personal striving, naturally draws us into its perfection. So we are in that relationship of aini, of reciprocity, of just simply offering and receiving. As our breath harmonizes, our hearts begin to harmonize also. They entrain with the deeper heart, the sacred heart of all being. Our hearts entrain with the rhythm and the beat of our circle. No work to do. And what helps to cultivate that environment of open-heartedness is that sense of simple intimacy with what it is that's aware in this moment in our own being. Being close to ourself. Attending to this creation that's manifesting in this moment. Feeling into your own essential nature. That's subtle. Sacred. Made of love. Of goodness. Taking the opportunity in this particular time and space to allow your own sweet vulnerability to open like a baby bird opening to receive nourishment from its mother, from its father. Conditions of life cause us to close to that vulnerability in order to not be personally hurt. But in this moment, it's what our heart longs for. We don't need to turn towards anything else. We need to turn inward and intimately connect with the sweetness of your own being. Sometimes this is described as awareness turning around and seeing itself. Waking up to itself. Tasting the nectar of your essential nature. With your inner sense of smell, smelling the subtle fragrance of the heart. With your sense of inner hearing, attuning to that particular tone that is calling you into form in this moment, holding you in form. All of this brings us into a very simple connection with the truth of who we are, this moment. And we'll take some time in silence now to allow yourself to fall deeply in love with yourself in this way. You find your mind attaching to a story and taking off, just notice that and let your breath guide you back into the sweet, simple intimacy with your deepest essence. Be like a hummingbird sipping from the nectar of the divine, of the beloved. And like this hummingbird teaches us, it approaches very lightly, very gently, with great respect. Sipping from the nectar, savoring the sweetness. And while it approaches from the outside, see if you can get a sense of the essence of the hummingbird becoming absorbed right into you. Melting intimately into your heart, resting, giving itself completely. Allowing yourself to reconnect with what's most precious. So beautiful, so refined that words can't even begin to describe it. And as you breathe, allowing this preciousness, this tenderness, this sweetness to begin to grow in you, to begin to flow through your whole body, from the tips of your toes to the fingertips, to the top of your head. This rarefied fragrance, nectar. And then let it become an offering that flows into the sweetness of the earth, connecting intimately with that same preciousness that's in everything and everyone. It becomes like a fountain that's constantly renewing itself, overflowing. Remembering that it's not you that creates the movement, it's the opening into the harmony and the flow of all life that brings this forth by grace naturally. So I'm grasping for nothing, holding nothing back, being intimately present with what God created, with what God is creating in this moment. Letting essence live through you as you, this particular fragrance of being. And as you bring your attention to what it is that is aware of this, then you're entering the mind of God, the all-knowing, omniscient, omnipresent awareness that is also your awareness, witnessing itself, experiencing itself in this way, in this moment. And it's only in being intimately present with ourself in this way that we can truly love another. Because we are the expression of what's arising. Within this intimate presence. It takes no effort, that needs neither seeking nor pushing away. So as we're coming into these final moments of our practice, feeling the sense of interconnectedness, of being in the flow, in the fabric of being, of the one life, the web of life. We remember with gratitude our ancestors who are part of this web, whose own life and flow of life brought us to be here. We say thank you to Pachamama, our Earth Mother, who holds us even in this moment with exquisite tenderness and care. We say thank you to the spirits of the land, of the mountains, the waters, that hold the balance and harmony of the earth herself. We say thank you to our teachers and guides, those inform, those who've passed on, for pointing us in the direction of the truth of ourself, helping us to see ourselves. We say thank you. To the beautiful communities that we're a part of, including this one, whose intention, whose devotion to the truth brings about these forms that help us nurture and support our deeper nature. We say thank you. And especially tonight as we turn towards ourselves. Perhaps recognizing ourselves for the first time in this way. Forward to seeing your shining faces again, and may we all be able to hold this connection in ourselves and for each other through the week until we come together again. Good night.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.